Hey Katie!
Hey Sarah.
It's great to meet up with you for another Mozart Snapshot.
Thanks, it's great to see you as always.
So what are we going to see today?
Today we are going to Papagenoplatz.
That sounds like it has something to do with Papageno, the one from Mozart's famous opera, The Magic Flute.
That's right, because right in the middle of this little square is the Papagenobrunnen. And Brunnen is the German word for fountain, and so therefore this is Papageno's fountain.
Papageno is one of the main characters in The Magic Flute. But who is he exactly?
He's a bird catcher who is employed by the evil Queen of the Night. He catches birds and she rewards him with lots of wine and sweets.
But he looks like a bird himself.
That's right, he's half bird, half man.
And there's also Papagena in the opera, right?
Yes, but she only comes later because Papageno actually spends most of the opera feeling sorry for himself, being lonely and sad, wishing to meet his Papagena and have dozens of children with her, and luckily at the end he finally meets her.
They also sing the wonderful, wonderful Pa-Pa-Pa duet when they finally find each other.
That's right, that's one of the most beautiful moments in the whole opera.
It is, and I think we're now on the Papagenoplatz.
And right ahead of us is the Papagenobrunnen.
Oh, how charming. Can you tell me a little bit about this Brunnen?
Yes, it was actually created in 1960 by the Salzburg artist Hilde Hager, and as you can see it's made of bronze.
That's quite recent actually.
Yes, because in 1944 this whole area was bombed, and so rather than rebuild they decided to make way for this beautiful square.
Well, this Papagenobrunnen is just wonderful. In each different opera production, Papageno looks a little bit different.
You're absolutely right. Sometimes he's more bird-like with more feathers, sometimes he's a bit more slim or more plump. But that's because each opera director has his own idea for the characters. But in this particular case, the Austrian composer, conductor, and historian Bernhard Paumgartner describes Papageno as being slim and boyish, graceful, and a little bit alpine. So I think that really fits this Papageno, don't you?
Bernhard Paumgartner was the director of the Mozarteum as well, right?
He was, yes. In 1917, he became the director, and then he was also the president of the Salzburg Festival.
But getting back to the opera, wasn't it rather unusual for such a funny character to have such a major role?
Well, the Magic Flute was actually commissioned by a man named Emanuel Schikaneder. And he was not only the person who commissioned the opera, but he was also the librettist. He was the director of the Freihaus Theater in Vienna. And he also played the role of Papageno in the premiere on September 30th, 1791.
Oh, okay, so Mozart had lots of reasons to give Papageno such an important role.
That's right, but in addition to that, Mozart and Schikaneder decided that Papageno was the kind of character that could appeal to their audiences, because the people who went to the Freihaus Theater were not from the upper class, they were working class people. And so Mozart and Schikaneder decided that a character like Papageno, who was simple, looking for love and peace and the simple things in life, would be somebody that their audiences could really identify with.
You said it premiered in September 1791. That's just shortly before Mozart's death.
That's right, he died just a brief 2 months later.
Was the opera a success though?
There was no reviews from the premiere itself, but by all accounts it was a gigantic success, because already by November of 1792 it had been performed 100 times. And in the short 14-year existence of this theater, it was performed 223 times. So I think you can imagine it was definitely a success.
It definitely was. And this has been so interesting today, Katie. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I think the big statue over there is Mozart, right?
This is Mozart, but you're going to learn about this on next week's Snapshot.
I can't wait for that.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much, Katie, and bis zum nächsten Mal.
Bis dann. Ciao.